Did you know that you are 42% more likely to achieve your goals just by writing them down? Now imagine what happens when you visualize those goals every day. That's what we're diving into in this video.
Setting intentional goals for business and life, and creating a digital vision board in Canva to represent those goals.
Welcome to week 3 of the Transform Your Life Challenge. If you're new here, in the past weeks, we've
had an honest end-of-year review and reset, and then we audited our life and business using the Wheel of Life exercise.
You can catch up on all those videos linked below if you hadn't had a chance to watch them. And if you want more actionable tips and also access to a free Notion challenge hub, then make sure to also register for the Transform Your Life Challenge, also linked below, where you will be receiving weekly emails with additional actionable tips and the link to download your free challenge hub. All right, enough talking. Let's jump in to setting goals and creating our digital vision boards together.
Why does writing down your goals even matter? Well, besides the fact that it's easier to remember something when you write it down, writing down your goals helps turn vague ideas into something concrete. Studies show that people who write their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. And when you write them down, it creates more clarity on what you want to achieve and why you want it. It also helps you to stay accountable to yourself.
Now, for the folks who feel a fear of commitment, writing down your goals because it feels so permanent, I get it because I used to feel the same way. I felt like when I wrote down my goals, I was like forced to or compelled to complete them. Like I had to achieve those goals, even if they weren't really relevant to my life or what I wanted anymore. I felt like because I had written it down and it was like saved in one of my many notebooks, if I didn't complete that goal, I would basically be a failure. Something I've learned along the way of like goal setting and productivity and just kind of like planning and all of that stuff is that plans change, and that means that goals can change. And I think the best thing is our goals can change as we change, and really to give us that space to change, it's important to set some time aside to review our goals to see if they are still relevant to our lives. Honestly, I think I'm getting ahead of myself though, because we haven't even gotten to the goal setting part, and I'm already talking about reviewing your goals. So let's talk about that later. I do feel like writing down our goals is really just the first step to achieving them. Creating a vision board that actually represents our goals and looking at that vision board, maybe not every day, I mean you can, but like, often in our lives is another way to help us actually manifest those goals and take action towards reaching them. So enough about, why goals are important and why vision boarding can really help you achieve your goals. Let's jump into my Notion dashboard. So it's actually my 2025 goals and planning dashboard, where I will be writing down my goals, and then we're gonna go in and create a vision board together. Before setting any goals for the new year, what I like to do is to actually pick a word of the year. And I've been doing this for about 7 or 8 years now. I actually pick 2 words of the year. So one for like my personal life and lifestyle, and then I choose another word for the business side of things. And last year's words were trust for the personal and begin for the business. I feel like both of those words were really great for 2024, especially because I wanted to trust myself more. I wanted to trust the decisions I make and really just trust the process, especially after a very interesting sabbatical and adult gap year. And then for the business side of stuff, I chose the word begin, and I feel like that definitely really represented the year, mainly because I just wanted to begin again, and the business has just been going through a pivot through the past 12 months, and I feel like I'm finally coming out of the other side of this like whole entire year with a much clearer vision. So those were my words for 2024, and now I have my words for 2025. So I want to take you all into this dashboard that I have, and I'm gonna fill it in with you, what my words are and all of that stuff, and then just talk about it before we get into the actual goal setting side. All right, let's jump back into Notion. I'm gonna share my screen with you all and ta-da! Okay, so if you have been following my monthly plan with me videos all through this year, then this template might look a little bit different, mainly because it is. So I recreated my entire yearly goals dashboard, and now I'm calling it my planning and goals dashboard. So this is what it looks like. I've got like this little thing for stay intentional. It measures out the time of the year. So we're still in 2024 as I'm recording this. So as you can see, it'll reset in 2025. I've got my word of the year and my intentions here, and then all of these quick links. So what I really want to talk about now is the word of the year part, and these are my words of the year for 2025. I thought about them. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Usually like these words just come to me, and I'm just like, okay, this is the word. And it actually took a while for me to figure out, okay, what are these words going to be for 2025 that like aren't just the typical words that I usually go for, which is like growth or bloom. I think one time it was, I don't remember, static? I don't know, something like that. But these words took a while, and we've got, y'all, I feel really good about these words. For my personal word of the year, for me, just like who I am and like my lifestyle, we have the word Phoenix. For all the people who follow me on Instagram, I will share that this word was actually inspired by Harry Potter #2, the Chamber of Secrets, because while I was reading it, and I was just like, this is the word. This is the word. It's basically Dumbledore's bird, the phoenix. So this is my word for the personal side. And then for the professional side of things, I have the word mastery. And I think this applies really well just to like my professional journey and where I want to go with my career as well as the business. So what I'm going to do is actually fill in what these words mean to me. And I'm going to save the 2025 intentions for me to fill in kind of like a little bit later. I don't have to walk you all through the whole thing, but I do want to fill in what Phoenix means to me and then what mastery means to me. So if you haven't chose a word of the year yet, or if this is like a new concept to you, it's something that I definitely recommend. It's like the theme for me, it's just a word that I can return to when I feel a little bit lost. And it's definitely something that helps kind of like guide me throughout the year. My goals are really like the action steps to get that, but like each word of the year that I choose, it's more of like the theme for the year and how I want to really embody those words and show up. So let me fill this in for what each word means, and then we will get into the goal setting. Okay, so these are the definitions that I have for my 2 words of the year, Phoenix and mastery. The first one is Phoenix, so let me just read what I have. It's rising from the ashes. If you all know about like a phoenix rising and how they basically are mythical creatures, where when they die, they like die in a huge heap of flames and fire and then are reborn from their ashes. And I really feel like after the year that I've had, which wasn't even that terrible, but it was just like a lot of things, I am rising from the ashes in 2025. I have been, well, I don't know if I want to say I've been rebirthed, but it's like a rebirth. I am stepping into my next phase of beauty, and not just like physical beauty, but just truly loving myself. Beauty, confidence, fiery energy, joy. It's rebirth. Well, I wrote it twice. Renewal, regeneration, and knowledge. So that's my personal. And then for my professional, which is mastery, to me, it means really leaning into my craft and learning, staying focused, disciplined, and consistent. and understanding the ins and outs of my craft, enjoying the process of becoming an expert, and sharing my knowledge with others. So now that I've got my 2 words of the year and I have defined them, now it's time to go in and actually fill out the goals portion of the dashboard and actually write down what my goals are going to be for 2025. I feel like once I have the words of the year picked, then it helps me to write down goals that feel more intentional and aligned based off of like the theme that I want to have for 2025. So we're going back into my Notion dashboard and we're going to fill out my goals section together. So I know a lot of people talk about setting SMART goals as the best way and the most effective way to set your goals and also to achieve them. And SMART goals stand for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And while I think SMART goals is a great way to set goals, it's actually not been my favorite way to set goals or to follow because I feel like I always get super stressed and pressured, and that just doesn't help when you're trying to not only set your goals, but achieve them. Instead, I've come up with my own way of setting goals, which is to first set the goal and then to answer 2 questions. The first question that I answer with all of my goals is, why is this goal important to me? And then the second question is, how does achieving this goal help me with my life, help me change my life? How will it help my life be better? Or even for the business, how does this improve the business? How does this help the business move forward? Or anything like that. Having these 2 answers written down for each goal that I set really gives me a clear purpose and also intention to understand why this goal is even important, if it's even my goal, and how this will actually help me really live out my long-term vision for the business or the lifestyle that I want to have. So I wanted to take y'all into my Notion template to goal set with me, but goal setting, it kind of takes me like a long time just to like write stuff out, really set, like get intentional and like sit down and think through things. So I am going to fill out my Notion template and then I will come back. If you are subscribed to the Transform Your Life Challenge, then you should have access to the free Notion Challenge Hub. And I have listed out, or I've really created like a template for each week. And in week 3's video, or in week 3's like little section, then you also have a section to fill out your own goals based off of the 2 questions that I mentioned before. Why is it important? And then how this helps your life. So I will check back with you all in a little bit. Oop, my head is cut off. Okay. We are back in my 2025 planning and goals dashboard. So we first filled out the word of the year, which was personal, professional. I filled out my 2025 intentions. So these are things that I want to accomplish, who I want to be, habits I want to keep up, and then something new for 2025. So I want to accomplish basically fully trusting the pivot and change in direction of my life and actually move forward. I feel like a lot of 2024, I ended up kind of like questioning why and what is going to happen and all of that stuff, and not really like just fully embodying and accepting that things just gotta change. So what I want in 2025 is to just trust this pivot and like just go instead of like always dwelling on the past. I want to be joyful, creative, confident, and strong in my body. Habits that I want to keep up are reading, running, and exercise. And then something new for 2025 is my driver's license. So I'm taking this goal with me into 2025. If you've been following along, 2024 has been a year of studying for my driver's license. I want to sew and make candles. So I filled out just this side of my dashboard or my goals. And what I want to do is kind of set aside some time, like not filming and kind of just like in my zone to fill out the quarterly breakdown and then the monthly breakdown. And then in the following video, we're actually going to create an action plan for the first quarter of the year. but that'll be for the next video. So I wanted to just go over some of my personal, lifestyle, and professional and business goals. So the first one is my driver's license. That's a big one. I want to run a half marathon in 2025. I really want to learn to sew and make candles. My goal is to save 12,000 euros for a house in total. Mari and I have been like really saving this year, and I want to kick it up a notch next year. I want to read 20 books. These are my lifestyle goals. I want to have a local community in Toledo, consistent routines, regular exercise, and deepen friendships. And then some of my professional / business goals. So these are more like overarching goals for like the whole year. I think when I break these down into each quarter and then each month, it'll be a lot clearer. So I want to have a paid community or a subscription. And then I really want to create mixed income streams. I want to attend a real business event. I've hosted a business event, and I think I've only attended 1 or 2 other business retreats. But I want to like buy a retreat or something that I can attend and just like really immerse myself in it and kind of have like the strategic space to brainstorm with other people in similar situations and kind of just like get outside input. I think that would be really cool. I want to build up Un Café Sol, and then my goal is to bring in 4,000 euros a month in income and to actually budget myself more. So I've been doing that this year, budgeting a lot more for the Quirky Pineapple Studio, but I want to do it even more for next year so that I can actually like control my money. And then down here, I wrote a couple other intentions to keep top of mind. And then something that I really love that I've been doing for the past, I think 2 years, is creating an Audacity list. Now, an Audacity list is not really like goals. They're just a list of audacious, I guess, goals, but audacious things that I just want to have. Like, they're kind of like those cringy goals that you have in your mind that you are kind of embarrassed to say out loud. So these are some of my Audacity goals and like Audacity lists. I want to sell at an in-person market in Toledo. What will I sell? Who knows? Could be my candles. I want to design and sell my own bullet journal planner for 2026. I want to set up a digital shop. I want 12,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to have an email list of 5,000. It would be really cool to get invited to one creator or influencer event, either here in Spain or honestly anywhere else. I will travel for this event. And then I want to go on a creator trip with friends. I've always wanted to do this, and it's just never really happened. So I want to kind of see if like that will manifest itself for 2025. And then down here, I have how I'm celebrating. So I need to fill this in as well, but these are just things that I will keep top of mind to celebrate whenever I reach one of these goals. I feel really good about these goals. I think last year I ended up writing in like a whole lot of random goals that I was just like, oh, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this, which was fine. And I feel like that was just very fun, and it was just like me racking off a whole bunch of things that I wanted to do. But I feel like this year I am very specific with like the types of goals that I want. I am flexible with it, like the time frame in which I achieve them, but more like honed in and focused on what is really important to me and what are the things that I want to prioritize. I think last year I just wrote down like a whole bunch of things that would be really cool to do by the end of the year, and they were fun. Were they focused? Not really. They were kind of just things that I was like, yeah, I just want to do them. And this year I feel like I have a really clear idea of like what is important to me that I want to achieve, why I want to achieve it, and how it will actually like help me improve my life or the business. So those are my goals for 2025. Let me know in the comments what your goals are, because I would love to know. How are you approaching goal setting? Also, let me know how you're doing that. And now we're going to create a digital vision board for 2025, and I'm going to actually plug it in here. I think I'm going to put it like, actually I'm going to make a space for it right here. I want to put my 2025 vision board here, so then every time I open this planning and goals dashboard, whenever I set some time to review my goals and just like check in with myself, I can actually see my vision board and see, like, I don't know, just visualizing it more. So yeah, let's go and create this digital vision board now. So now that we've got our goals for 2025, the next thing that I want to do is create a digital vision board that I can actually save into my Notion dashboard. So I'm going to use Canva. If you are registered for the Transform Your Life Challenge, we actually sourced a few free Canva templates for you that you can choose. And what I'm going to do is I am going to open that up, and then I'm gonna source some images. I'm looking on Pinterest for my images. I'm also looking at my own Instagram account, or maybe Instagram accounts of other people that I feel really inspired by. And then I'm also going to look through my phone to add a few of my own photos, because I want pictures of me in my vision board and not just like other people. I really want to see myself, so it really feels like it is mine. Another thing that I also love to add to my vision boards are words. So I'm going to add in both of my words of the year for 2025. I'm going to look for some inspiring quotes and maybe some phrases that really encompass kind of like what I want 2025 to look and to feel like. And then I'm gonna add those to my vision board as well. So let's go in and actually source these images. And then once we have that, then it's time to organize. Okay, so I went into Pinterest and I just kind of sourced a whole bunch of different images that I found. Oh, and I realized that you all actually can't even see it. That's awkward. Okay. Now I think you can see it. So I went into Pinterest, sourced all of these images that I think represent my goals and my words of the year, as well as like intentions, audacity list, all of that stuff. I feel really good about it. And then I also went into my phone and sent over some pictures that I'm going to use for my vision board. This is the vision board that I chose, or the template. I like that it has a mix of like words and like some scrapbooky elements. So what I usually like to do is kind of like divide my vision board into quadrants. So one corner will usually be for business, another corner for personal stuff, one for my lifestyle, and then another for relationships. So I'm just going to play around with this and start filling things in, and then we will see how it turns out. I'm excited. I feel like this is going to be really good. I'm going to replace some of these words as well with my own words of the year, and then maybe some quotes. And I will check back in with you all in a bit. Also, I definitely started this video way later in the day than I realized. So the sunlight, it's escaping me, y'all. So I'm going to try to do this quickly, and then I want to show you all what my vision board looks like. All right, I feel really good about my vision board. Here it is. We've got one corner for the business side. This is like my personal stuff. Here is my relationships. These are just flowers because I love like a chaotic, colorful background type thing. I've got some quotes in here and my words of the year. I've also added becoming my own. I feel like this one kind of really ties into Phoenix and mastery. I just wanted like another quote here to add. I added cute little flowers to keep things light and fun. I feel like this looks really good. Yeah. Okay, so now what we're going to do is basically download this. And then I am going to add it to my Notion dashboard. Wow, this looks really good. Usually I create physical vision boards, but you know, I like this digital one so I can put it into my dashboard. Oh yeah, this looks so good. Okay, let me refresh this page so, you know, we can all see it. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so this is the finished vision board. It's got a little bit of everything. I feel really, really good about it. This is the first time that I've actually added my own photos into my vision board, and I feel like it just really makes it like pop. It makes it feel more me and more like, oh yeah, this is like the life that I'm building and I can totally see myself in it. So I feel really good about this. Let me know, you all, what your vision boards look like. I want to see it. Are you making a physical one or a digital one? This is it, y'all. This is my planning and my visioning. I feel, wow. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, this looks so good and I just feel so good about it. Well, you all, if you are like me, then you and we both love a good planning session because it makes me feel so productive, energized, and just excited for what's to come. And I feel like after planning my 2025 goals with you all and then creating a digital vision board together, I feel so good about what's to come for 2025 and what the business could look like and what personal life could look like and how they can just really blend together and actually create not only like the business that I want, but a business that truly supports my lifestyle instead of like wrapping my lifestyle into my business, which is what happened before, and that's how we got to burnout, and we do not want that. Now that we have got our 2025 goals, we've got a vision board to look at every single day next year. The next thing is to get an action plan so that we can actually bring those goals to life. I mean, I love planning and all that stuff, but the true magic I think really happens when we set up a system and we create an action plan to actually carry out those things that we really want to do. So in the next video, we are going to be creating our 90-day foolproof plans for our business. So think marketing goals and all of that stuff, as well as for the personal. Y'all, I would love to see what your digital vision boards look like. If you created one, or even if you created a physical one that you're going to put on your wall, please take a photo, share it on Instagram, and tag me at Cassandra TLE so I can take a look and kind of just like hold that vision with you for 2025, because I feel like the more that you share your goals and your vision with other people, like the right people, the ones that like really want to support you and hold that vision for you, the more these things become true. So I want to hold that space for you. I want to celebrate your 2025 goals and what that all could look like for next year. So tag me on Instagram if you have a digital or physical, whatever, vision board. This was episode 3 of the Transform Your Life Challenge. Don't forget that if you want more actionable tips and advice, as well as access to the free Notion Challenge Hub, then to make sure to register for the challenge, you can do so at the link in the video description box. In the meantime, if you haven't done a business and life audit yet, then check out this video here to walk through how you can do a wheel of life and a wheel of business audit to help you reprioritize for 2025. All right, y'all, that's all I've got for this video. I am feeling so energized. I'm gonna go look at my vision board some more and just kind of like take it in after I finish recording this video. Thank you so much for setting your goals and also creating your vision board with me. I will see you in the next video, and let me know in the comments what are your goals for 2025. All right, y'all, ciao.